Welcome to the Moonrise Human Design channel. We are so happy that you're here. This is a space for you to learn and explore human design, a tool for you to understand yourself, to ultimately love yourself, and then grow your capacity to love the other people in your life.
My name is Sam Fotenhauer. I'm an embodiment coach, an intuitive, a human design teacher, and I live in Austin, Texas.
My name is Nadia Last. I'm a therapist, also a human design teacher, and I live in the Bay Area, California.
Together, we host the Moonrise Human Design podcast, offer live and self-paced human design trainings to those who want to learn how to read charts. We do one-on-one and partnership readings, and we offer price-accessible, personalized human design guidebooks.
Come learn about human design from us. We have a ton of resources to get you started. Today is an episode or a series, a video as part of the series on the profile lines. So today we're going to be talking about the 1-4 profile line.
So Nadia, what is a profile?
In its simplest sense, a profile in human design, which is expressed like a fraction, is showing you in a more nuanced way how you are designed to share your gifts with the world. It really helps you understand the archetype of your personality, the role that you play while you're here, and how you can best share your gifts with others so that they're received.
From a more background perspective, profiles have 2 lines. So you're a 1-4. That means you have a 1 line and a 4 line. There's 6 lines in the profile: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So everybody has a combination of one of those 6 numbers. Then order matters here. So starting with the 1 line, your first number, this is what you're consciously leading with. This is a personality and archetype that you're going to be more aware of in a really core way that you share your gift. The second number is also important, but we think of it more as like a supporting cast member. Other people might recognize this in you more easily than you recognize in yourself, but they're both valuable and they're both important to learn.
So let's start with the 1 line. Sam, do you want to take it away?
I would love to. So the 1 line is the investigator, and the investigator is all about collecting information. It's the research, and it is here to be an authority. So the investigators out there, they want to get to the bottom of things. They want to listen to all the audiobooks, read the books, take the classes, maybe go to school. Maybe you don't resonate with typical education, but you are about educating yourself. And you're not here to educate yourself on everything. There's going to be certain topics that really pique your interest. So I'm a 1 line 2. I have a different configuration, but a 1 line 2. And when I first learned about this, I was practicing law in New York, and I was like, I do not care about contract law. Like, you're telling me I'm supposed to care about this. That's not what I'm here to study. I'm here to study human design. I'm here to study somatics. I'm here to study my favorite bands. That's what I'm here to go into. So 1 lines, you will have things that you're excited about and then things you aren't. The things that you're excited about, go down the rabbit hole. There's a reason for it. So 1, it brings you a sense of safety and it gives you a secure foundation to which you can go out in the world, and you're gonna feel a lot more secure going into a meeting, taking a trip, doing anything that could be slightly stretching your comfort zone or very outside of your comfort zone when you feel well informed and educated on the topic. The other really important reason is you're meant to be an authority and an expert. So you're collecting information that's going to allow you to teach others, to be either teaching in a formal format, but often teaching because you've become so good in your industry or so good at whatever it is that you're into that you end up sharing that knowledge with others. You're here to be an expert. 1 lines famously underestimate how much they know. So in your pursuit of this knowledge, it's really important that you start to share it, because in the sharing of it, even before you're ready, that's where you start to appreciate and realize everything that you've developed.
100%. Yeah. Trust what you know, and trust that your 20% of study is most people's 110%. First lines are consistently surprised by how deep the well of their knowledge goes when they're really fascinated by and excited about the topics that they're diving into.
Mm-hmm. And you might have this deep attention to go in there and to really see it. And so then as far as sharing your gifts or the role, you're here to be the expert in it. So over time, you'll begin to accumulate this knowledge, and it'll build, and realize, you look around and wow, I really know more about this than anyone in my family, anyone in my community, anyone at the business I work for, maybe anyone in your industry.
Mm-hmm. And consistently ask yourself, what do I want to know more about? What do I want to be considered an expert within? And if you don't know, just slightly start to tug the threads of your curiosity. Start with wherever your curiosity is leading you right now.
Can you give yourself permission to lean into it? When I first found human design, I remember I didn't want to tell anyone. It was actually a few years into it, but I was going to take my first training. I didn't want to tell anyone because I thought it was silly that I was going to invest so much time into learning this, because I had judged it and I didn't know what I was going to do with it or how to be practical. And it has had such a transformative effect on my life. So you don't have to know why you're drawn to something. If you're there, if it feels good for you to learn it, then give yourself the space to lean in. And the last thing I'll add about one lines is that as a one line, you may need to step away and really have a solo experience. Can be an introspective line, a line that values alone time while you're absorbing and learning this information.
Absolutely. Which then brings us to the other part of your profile, which is the 4 line. The 4th line is balancing this sort of introspective, investigative nature. The 4th line is actually about externalizing with your community. It's about sharing what you know with the humans that are in your life. As a 4th line, Sam and I are both 4th lines, and you can likely feel this energy from us. But 4th line energy is about warmth. It's about friendliness. It's about being able to break down barriers to intimacy that people have. And as a 4th line, you are especially gifted at being able to connect with people, to make them feel safe, to build trust with others. And that is one of the greatest gifts that you can offer someone, is the deep attunement to the relationship. As a 4th line, you are a deeply relational being. Pay attention to the relationships that are in your life, whether that's friendship, family relationships, colleague relationships. All of the relationships in your life are meant to almost dictate the quality of your life. Mm-hmm. So spending time catching up with an old friend for an hour on the phone is never a waste of time for a 4th line. You are consistently designed to be investing in your network, because that is where most of the incredible opportunities in your life will come from. Sam and I are a great example of this. We met through a mutual friend.
Almost for 4th lines, almost everything really big, as Nadia said, will come through your network. And so job opportunities, maybe even like a real estate agent that used to buy your first house, your future business partner, your future life partner, even the information to go on your next vacation. Like, things will come through your network. And this doesn't mean your best friends or your siblings. Absolutely. Like, you could get great opportunities from these people, but it could also be your hairdresser. Mm-hmm. It could also be someone that you worked with for like a summer 7 years ago. You have no idea who in your network is connected to the information or the opportunity or the person that's going to play a significant role in your life. And so as a 4th line, know that it's important to nurture your network. You don't have to do it if you really don't want to, but if you don't ever have to feel like it's a waste of time. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you can be like, oh, I'm spending too much time calling my old colleagues on the phone and checking in with them. If you're drawn to that, do that. There's a reason for it, and it's a value. Also, just your life is going to be enriched through those relationships and through those wonderful people. But the second reason is be seen by your network. Allow yourself to be seen. If you're looking for a job, inform people around you. If you are looking for a connection to something or calling in something, let people know and give people the opportunity to come in and support you.
100%. Sam and I have received requests for readings from people very, very far out in our network, people that come out of the woodwork to have interest in the work that we do, both human design and outside of human design. And it's continually blows me away to figure out how people stay connected over time. It's like if you're a 4th line, you have all these invisible strings that connect you to the people that you meet in life, and you are designed to be influential by the people that know you. That is a huge part of this. Another part of being a 4th line, though, is the potential for social fatigue. So as a 4th line, you're meant to go very deep. You're meant to really connect deeply with the people that are in your life. And then afterwards, you actually need that time to rest and recharge, which as a 1st line, since this is a 1-4 profile, might be the perfect balance.
So how do these things work together?
Yeah.
So as a 4th line, as a 1-4, you're what's called an investigator opportunist. And the opportunities piece is just that there's innate knowing of how your network can support you as you move through your life. So investigator is collecting all this information and then sharing it with your network. You're meant to be an authority within your community. Mm-hmm. You're meant to be an authority to those around you. You're meant to develop this knowledge and then share it with those who you have some level of personal relationship with versus like a total random person that you literally just met on the street.
100%. Yes. So pay attention to how you're balancing these parts of yourself. Are you giving yourself enough time to really study the things that nourish your soul? And or are you giving yourself enough time to really recognize the relationships in your life and to invest in them? Think of the relationships in your life like plants, like the plants that are behind us. You need to give each of the plants in your life a certain amount of sun, a certain amount of water, and pay attention to your relationship garden.
And again, back to the being seen point, because I think it's really important for 1/4s. Like, let people know in your circle what you're interested in. I was so surprised when I got into human design to learn that one of my best friends in the world had also found it. This was in like 2018, and neither of us were talking about it because we weren't sure like what people would think about it. And then I started telling her and she was like, oh my God, I've heard about it. It's so cool. Like, I am interested in this. You'll be so surprised at what people are interested in. And so it's okay to kind of float things, especially things that maybe are a little bit vulnerable, to express your curiosity. If you have things that you're excited about, definitely share those.
100%. Thank you, 1/4s, for finding this system, for allowing your curiosity, your investigative nature to bring you here. Again, we have a ton of extra content as an investigator that might feel really good to study. We have readings, we have PDF guidebooks that you can download instantaneously as you upload your birth information. We also have trainings and classes. We have a lot of 1-lines that take our human design training because they like to go very deep into all the nuances of this information.
Thank you so much for being here.